Good morning, Driven to Be Healthy Facebook Challenge group members. How are you? Hope Savara here with Mother Trucker Yoga. I hope you're having a fantastic day. You're loving life, you're driving, and maybe you're at home. You know what to do. Drop it in the comment section if you're tuning into the live of this morning, and drop the word replay if you're watching the replay. Where in the world are you? Where are you going? Where are you coming back from? Where have you been? Are you at home? We love knowing where that is. Drop it in the comment section. This morning is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some movements that you can do inside the truck. And so whenever you think about kind of being confined, I think mentally sometimes that definitely takes a toll on us, where it's like, ooh, I don't have enough space to do anything. But the opposite is true. It doesn't matter if you have a little space or you have a lot of space, there are always things that you can do, and the same thing goes for inside the cab of the truck. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Hope Savara, and I created Mother Trucker Yoga. And so if you haven't checked us out, please go over to our website, mothertruckeryoga.com, and our Facebook page, Mother Trucker Yoga, and you're gonna see tons of stuff. This is what I do, y'all. Like, I create exercises and movements for you to do. A lot of them inside the cab of the truck, outside the cab of the truck, quick, easy, convenient, and fast, to help you with a lot of the things you guys were asking about. But I'm gonna show you a couple things that you can do right now today. All right, let's get to it. So you can be seated. Obviously, you might be driving right now, so you might have to tune back into this later. But all you're gonna need is somewhere space. I'm sitting on a chair today. I'm gonna see if I can move in a little bit without you losing too much of me. That works pretty good. And so I want you to find a space that you can sit on the edge of your sleeper. Some of these may not work in the driver's seat, so you just have to kind of experiment. If you are at home, you just need a chair. And so the idea is that I really just need enough space for me as wide as my hips and my shoulders are. So you could probably find some space like that in the cab of your truck somewhere. So we're just gonna kind of create a little routine this morning, and you can pick apart the things that you like when it comes to what we're doing here this morning. So first things first, let's just stretch a little bit. So arms come up overhead. Remember how we talked about reaching yesterday? Interlace the fingers. Now I'm gonna yawn. And reach, reach, reach. Try to lift your chest, lift your ribs as much as you can. Look up and drop your head back. Stretch up through the front of the chin. So all day long you're like this. This is called a counter pose. So we're doing the opposite of what we normally do. And if I turn sideways, I want you to challenge yourself. How far back can you bring your arms? Okay, so if I'm tight here from all of this, I want to counterbalance that. Okay, so let's just do that 2 more times. So inhale, big breath in. Lift the rib cage, lift the rib cage. And then exhale this time, press your palms forward, round your back, chin drops down, stretch your upper back. And then again, big breath in, arms reach up, arc your back. You might feel like this is silly, but it feels so good. And then exhale, round your back. And then bring yourself back up to sitting. Awesome. Let's add a little twist into it. Think about it during the day. How many times do you rotate? Do you actually twist side to side? Probably not as many as you'd like, and that's where our spine really nourishes the spinal column, the vertebrae, the muscles around that, and all of those tissues get really stiff when we're not twisting. So pivot yourself. Now if you're on your sleeper, slide over to maybe where you can grab either the edge or the back of the driver's seat or passenger seat, something where you can kind of latch onto, or maybe there's something on the wall that you can grab. I'm going to grab the back of my chair. Sit nice and tall without arcing my lower back. Tummy is strong, and slowly rotate myself into a twist. Now think about twisting from the bottom first, then rib cage, then chest, then shoulders and head, versus just yanking yourself. Nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, think about wringing out a rag. And then I'm looking as far over my shoulder as I can. I'm really challenging my neck and eyes. And you're going to want to hold that for a couple of breaths. and then back to center. Now, you usually have a tighter side because we typically move one direction during the day more than the other. So you want to pay attention to that. I'm going to pivot the other way. Again, whatever it is that you can grab onto. If you can't grab onto anything and you are at the edge of your sleeper, take one hand to the outside of the leg and your other hand behind you and just simply rotate this way. This is definitely one you can do in your driver's seat and you could do safely as needed. So as I rotate, I'm not pushing my tummy forward. I'm trying to keep my tummy strong and slowly work up my spine. For those of you with tight upper shoulders, tight lower back, this is such an easy stretch and it works your obliques, which is really good. And then again, I'm trying to turn my head as far as I can. I'm trying to look over my shoulder as far as I can. Nice deep breath in, calm breathing. Nice deep breath out. And then back to center. Now you could do that 2 times each way, 3 times each way, but notice where you're stiff and tight through your spine. We need to rotate. Our organs need us to rotate. Our spinal column needs us to rotate. Our vertebrae need us to rotate. Think of it like oiling your body, greasing your body. If you don't do that, the discs in between the spine get dehydrated and all crusty, and then they start hurting. So we need that rotation. All right, now from here, let's do a little bit, one last part of the warm-up, and then we're gonna try to get to some core work here. One arm up, I'm gonna do your right arm. Take your opposite hand to the outside of the leg and side stretch as much as you can. Reach like you're trying to grab for a rope with that top arm. You should feel a nice stretch through the side of your body. This would be a great wake-up routine. Just a couple of minutes is all that you need. Notice if you're a little bit tighter through the side of the ribs, the back, the front, I can simply turn my body as I'm reaching to find that space. All my lower back friends that have tightness in the lower back, this is going to be a great one to do because you really get into what's called the QL or the quadratus laborium. That doesn't matter, but there's a muscle back there that locks you up. All right, so nice and tall. We're going to try to bring our heart rate up a little bit this morning. You're going to sit at the edge of your sleeper. It's okay if you have to hold on to it. Sit at the edge of your chair. It's okay if you have to hold on to it, but we're going to try to sit nice and tall. Lean back just a hair and bring one leg up and then bring the other leg up. So all I'm doing is sitting as tall as I can. My belly muscles should be turned on because I'm trying to sit super tall, like taller than I actually am. And lifting my legs up, I'm actually on the balls of my feet and I'm lifting my legs up as high as I can. My core muscles and my back muscles have to kick in order to do that. Now, this is a pretty moderate pace right now. Now we're going to try to pick up the pace. I'm going to turn sideways. I like to try to have you see every angle. So I'm here, and I'm just leaning back slightly, and you'll see why in a second. Now I can hold on to the chair, picking up my feet, picking up my feet. Now I'm going to start to pick them up like the ground is hot. I'm not letting myself round. I'm sitting super tall. Belly is strong. Now, if you want to go for broke here, and bring even more into it, I'm going to start to lift and lower my arms. Now I could have hand weights doing this as well as I move the arms and the legs up and down. So I could very well, now I'm going to go even faster. I have to stay sitting tall though. And no rounding in the shoulders. Can you go for a minute? Can you go for 30 seconds? Can you get at least 10 rounds in? Quads are going to start working, belly's going to start working, lower back's going to start working. I'm getting that heart rate up. Keep breathing. Let's go 10, 9, sit tall, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Inhale, breath comes up, arms come up. And now exhale, just fold yourself forward. However it is, wherever it is your arms have to go, just fold forward, take a breath. And then roll yourself back up again. Let's roll the shoulders. Whew. Nice job. One more time, roll the shoulders. All right, nice job. Okay, so you have your sleeper behind you, your chair behind you. This one probably won't work in the driver's seat, but I'm always up for experimentation. And sitting tall, if you need to push off the chair or off the seat with your hands, feel free to do so. Otherwise, we're going to keep our body tall and just try to come up barely off the sleeper. Now hug your glutes and keep your belly pulled in so we're not dropping out the belly and arcing the back. Nice and low, nice and low. Again, if I need my hands to help me, I can do that. And we're going to bring our arms up overhead. Think about reaching and trying to put something on a high shelf while keeping your belly pulled in nice and strong, keeping your glutes engaged. Nice and strong. Breathe. It's called chair pose. Sit down just over that chair, as low as you can go. So goal, can I hold this for 5 breaths? Can I hold this for 10 breaths? I'm trying to stay like an inch just above the chair. So you'd want to do the same thing just above the sleeper. And then drop it back down. Arms come down. Big breath in, arms come up. Exhale, fold it down. And then roll it back up again. Whew, nice job. So I can feel my heart rate up. I can feel my body's warm. I'm going to do one last thing here, and that's going to be a hip stretch. Challenge. How far can I pick one leg up and cross it over my ankle, or sorry, over my knee? If you need help doing that, pick the leg up. Turn the leg. For some of you, this might be just enough, the fact that you got your ankle over your knee. If you're like, Hope, that is impossible. I want you to put something down on the floor, a duffel bag, a flat of water, toolbox, whatever you have, so that the knee can drop out to the side, but that lower leg is as elevated as much as possible. We want external rotation on that hip, so you have to then create a platform at an appropriate height that would work for you. So no excuses, there's always options, there's always ways. Now sit nice and tall again. Flex the foot that's crossed. Why? Because it reacts in the hip. Those muscles in the joint do something different than when they're passive, when it's soft. So you're gonna flex the foot. Sit nice and tall. Now imagine you're looking over, way over your leg with your heart and your eyes, and start to hinge forward as far as you can go. This is not about rounding. I want you to stay super long. So if I turn sideways so you can see me, I'm trying to stay super long versus this. This is not a fold. This is rounding. So I'd rather have you be here. We're triggering those muscles in the hip. Those of you with sciatica, those of you with lower back pain, those of you with butt pain, okay, sacral pain, SI joint pain. This is a great stretch. Keep your belly strong. Now I can increase this stretch by taking my hand and gently pressing down on the leg, or even using my forearm and just pressing down. If there could be a hip stretch that you could do once a day, this would be one of them. And just nice, calm breathing. You can also do this laying down, which I'll show you on the other side. So for some people, sitting might not be an option for this. You can do it on your sleeper. Okay, here's the test again. How high can I get my leg on my own without rounding? Can I cross my ankle over my knee? If you need help, that's what you get hands for. Okay, so nice and tall. I'm going to try to flex my foot. You could do this with shoes on, totally okay. And then come forward. I'm increasing that stretch in my hip socket when I come forward. This is one of those things where as we get older, we don't use our joints in their full range of motion as we're supposed to, and they get stiff, they get dry. There's a joint capsule in there that lubricates the joint when we move it. Well, if the only way the joint gets lubricated is if we move it and we're not moving, you do the math. So nice, easy stretch. Easy meaning there are more complicated ones. And so nice, calm breathing. You stay here. If you're doing this with me, you stay here. I'm going to show you the one that you can do laying on your back. You could do this laying in bed before you go to sleep, or laying before you wake up. So if I would do that same stretch, I'd cross my ankle over my knee this way and then press. If I was in my sleeper, I'd scooch to the end and put my foot up on the wall of my sleeper. And then I could press down and have that bottom foot a little bit higher. So basically I'm laying on the floor, which is me seated in a chair in this position. So I can be here, or I can be here, and I can press away, keeping my pelvis nice and steady. So you have some options for that. It's called figure 4 stretch, for that figure 4 stretch. Okay, I'm just going to meet you where you are again. And then slowly, when you're ready, come back up. Uncross that leg. Can you do it without your hands? Arms come up, big breath in. Arms come down. Let's just fold forward one more time, the best that you can. Relax your head completely. And then roll yourself back up. Whew. Nice. So it does not have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to be fancy. The goal is, are we moving our bodies? Are we moving our bodies? Are we doing all of those movements that we want to be doing to get every aspect of ourselves woken up? Circulation, motivation, we got breath going into our body again. Pick one of these exercises out. Do them all. Do them out of order. Do them in order. These are just some things that you can do when you wake up in the morning, when you go to bed at night. Whatever it is, we have to start moving. And once we get our bodies moving, we will feel better. We won't feel so tired. We won't feel so fatigued. We will have the motivation to keep going. I look at exercise or movement kind of like a slow race. In the beginning, it doesn't always feel like you want to do it. And sometimes you may not even feel like it's working. It's too hard, you're always tired. But if you keep training and keep going to the track, each time it gets easier, each time it feels better, each time you're less sore, each time you're more motivated. And so keep going, keep committing to yourself, because there is only one version of you, there is only one you, and we need you to keep on trucking. So if this was helpful, drop it in the comment section. Let me know what you liked about this video today. Let me know if you'd like to see other things like this. Please go to my Facebook page, Mother Trucker Yoga. Please check out our website. We have tons of stuff like this. Y'all, this is everything that I talk about and do. This is why Julie Dillon and I partnered together on this challenge. So please check out what other stuff we have available for you. Much love, my friends. Have a great day.